Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, I gotta tell you, right now, I have never seen the Grass River as low as it is right now for this time of the year. This is astounding. It's even lower than when it gets in normal summertime conditions. And this will affect any of your fishing. I think if, we say that one of the best ways to fish these streams is to have a kayak or a canoe or something, unless you wade like I do. And it's important to realize that if you are using a canoe or kayak, you're going to go through so many sections now where you actually have to not lift it, but pick the front end up and drag the canoe through these long sections of shallow water. I know that when I've gone over the bridge at Morley, you can look upstream or downstream, and all you really see is little pockets of water and boulders everywhere. So this makes it very difficult to canoe or kayak these streams at this time of the year. Now, if you are able to fish them, the same kind of conditions the same type of lures that you use in the summer are going to work now. One of the things about fishing these waters is because they contain every species of fish, there's going to be muskies everywhere. So it might be a good idea to always use a wire leader to connect to your lure. Because if you do hook a muskie, there's no way you're going to land that. I don't care if you've got thick braid or whatever. Even fluorocarbon line, which is so abrasion resistant, has its limits. And it's best to use a wire leader. So, and if you're just fishing for bass, it still makes sense, because if you're using some of your favorite expensive lures, you're going to lose a ton of them by having muskies hit them and then bite off the lure, and you're going to lose it. So this is something to really be aware of. And if you're wading, this is probably a little bit easier time. You're going to have a lot more dry land that you can walk across along the shoreline to get from point A to point B. And it's always easier this time of the year. If the water's low like this, it's always easier to wade because you don't have the power of the current that is pushing your legs at the same time you're trying to maintain your balance. It really does make a huge difference. But in the case of the Grass River in particular, where it's not really controlled by dams, the water's going to be sort of representative of how little rainfall we have. And we've had such a long period. And the other thing to be aware of is when you've got long periods of warm weather, it warms the water, and that water doesn't cool down as quickly as you might think. And it's difficult for every species to exist in those warm water conditions. Just be aware of all this, folks. You can still catch lots of fish right now in these tributaries, but this isn't the best time of the year to fish. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.